not worth my effort. I spent 1 year. I gave you a chance for 1 year to be with a good man like me.
Yeah.
Thousands of women
Listen.
wants to be with me. Subhanallah. But you, because you have a lot of ego, you're arrogant, and you think that you are beautiful. Like you think that the beauty will stay forever with you. Subhanallah.
Listen, guys, hold on.
May Allah guide you. Since you touched another man while I'm still married to you, so you committed zina in Allah in front of God's eyes. I tried to guide you back to Islam after you left Islam, by the way. I tried to guide you back to Islam, but subhanallah, you did the worst thing that will make Allah angry. You did zina. You touched somebody else other than your husband. Subhanallah. May Allah guide you. I'm done with your games again. I can't be with a liar, betrayer. I can't keep going with calling you things that is true about you. Subhanallah. You know, I met a lot of women in my life.
Listen, Adil, listen.
I never met somebody like you. You were the lowest person I've ever met. Subhanallah. And who you were to me? My wife. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. You're still a child, Simone. Grow up. Go back to school. Have some education. At least pass the high school. Have some education. Seriously. That's my advice to you. Yeah, have some education and then follow Islam. Go back to Islam. I don't know what God is gonna do with you. He's gonna judge you for what you did. You did the worst thing that a man can do. Subhanallah.
He's a man now.
Anyway, I don't want to talk too much. Simone Gregg, you are not my wife anymore because I'm gonna divorce you. You are divorced. This is the second talqa. You're not worth my time. Have a good life, Simone.
Okay.
I promise you're not gonna have a good life with this mentality.
Okay, so this is the last one he sent. So how many did you count, Adil?
2.
What do you mean 2?
One of them is a description of the divorces, and 2 of them were actual divorces.
The one that
So how
he's
many talqa did
describing.
you? Hold on, sister,
Yeah, please. This I was here for all.
I know. I'm gonna let you speak. Adil, how many times did you hear him? The first video, he admit to how many talqa he did.
Yeah, but you're doing additions based on descriptions. You can't do that. And obviously I don't know the timeline, so I can't. I don't know what I'm like.
Can I explain the timeline, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Someone let me speak. Now
Yes,
here,
go ahead.
this is just so everyone knows.
Adil, by the way, this is the sister, the one
Yeah, bro. Trust me, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, if he's saying all this on a recording, imagine what he says in everyday life.
You can even look.
Let the
I have a video recording of his live where he shows messages from him and Sheikh Uthman where they talk about divorce. That was you can see the timestamps from December, from January, right? I can say, Wallahi, I, Simone Elizabeth Craig, swear by Allah that the first recording that was shown where he says maybe once, twice, or maybe 3 times was whenever I first got back to America and I told him that he was constantly saying he divorces me and never revoking it. So he sent me that recording saying, oh, maybe I did it once or twice or maybe 3 times, but I didn't mean it. If I really wanted to divorce you, I would have divorced you the day that I met you. Like, wallahi, I, Simone Elizabeth Craig, swear by Allah that was whenever I first got back to America last year that was sent to me. Then I didn't know that was actually a divorce, that counted as a divorce. So I asked for a khula, which is where he admits, I, Omar Halak, divorce you, Simone Craig, due to your request. A month ago, when all this drama started happening, he then admitted that it was a khula, which I have the recording.
Actually, I have the recording. Hold
where
on.
he says,
I'll
I'll let you play it, but let me finish.
You've literally divorced me more than 3 times.
Way more than 3 times. You divorced me in Lebanon 3 times, threatening it, saying later that you were just joking. You also gave me a khula, which later you admitted that it was a khula. You later then divorced me again and tried to revoke it. And then not even a month ago, you said that you divorced me again and tried to revoke it. That's more than 3 times. Way more than 3 times. Like, literally, no matter which divorce you want to...
Go ahead.
But like I said, I can play a recording for you from his own mouth where he admits that it was a khula. I'm sure Yahya has the screenshot that he can pull up on the TikTok right now, where in June or July, I forgot which one, is either June or July, he's in a Discord group and he admits that I am his ex-wife. But
No,
like
wallah,
I said, wallahi, I'll send it to you again.
Inshallah.
I, Simone Craig, wallahi, I swear to Allah that first voice recording where he says 1 or 2 times was sent to me directly after I got back to America, and I told him I am leaving because of his abusiveness and the fact that he had already divorced me multiple times. That is the timeline. It was the once, twice, maybe 3 times, then the I, Omar Khalak, divorce you, Simone Craig, due to your request, and then the big long one where he's talking about how he has been dealing with this for a year, which
Sister,
gives
hold on.
Please, I'm almost done.
Something very important. No, it's important. Abu Adnan, you're playing my life in your life. You know I'm gonna have your account taken down. You're playing my life as of right now in your life, and watch how you're gonna lose your account. You'll never have account again. Watch out.
Okay, now. And in that last recording where he says I've been dealing with this for over a year proves my point that it has been over a year that he has been doing this. That gives the timeline for that one being the very last one that was said. And it wasn't the second, it was the 5th. Like I said, the first 3 were from when he was divorcing me multiple times in Lebanon and never revoking it, trying to scare me, which I also have a voice recording of him admitting to trying to threaten me, to scare me, to stay with him because he thought it would make me stay.
That's crazy.
And I even have the voice recording of him admitting that the one that I asked for was a khula and he knew it was a khula. I can play it for you if you want.
No, I believe you.
Oh, man.
We have to play it. We have to show everything because
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
we have to, because this is public now and people want to hear that, the truth has to come out.
Look, the coward. The minute he hear me saying, Abu Adnan, you blame my life and yours, and I'm gonna take your life down for good, he turned it off. Wallahi, we're dealing with coward.
Okay,
Adil,
let me play this real quick.
hold on, before you play anything, sister. Adil, Islamically, the second wife. What is the second wife called Islamically?
The second wife.
The wife.
The wife? I don't know.
Yeah, the wife. What title would
The luckier wife.
What's the second wife's title?
I'd call her the luckier wife.
The second wife. If someone married and got a second wife, that second wife, what's her title Islamically?
The wife.
The wife. Jazakallah khair. Listen to this. Hold on.
It felt like it was a trick question. Sorry.
Good answer, Adnan.
No. I'm serious. It's weird question, I know, but now you will know why I'm asking you this. Watch.
And I will do whatever she wants. Maybe I wasn't that good to you. You're right, maybe. Yeah? Maybe. Yeah? But you didn't give me a chance. I begged you, Simone. I begged you. And I know that you still love me. But you're looking for fame and stuff. Yeah. You found better than me. You found somebody better than me. And then guess what? You're funny.
Hold on, man. I don't want to hear that.
Hold on,
wife. Do you know that you are a sex slave now?
Oh, man, bro.
Here you go.
Oh, just so y'all know, there's more gruesome ones that Yahya has. There's ones that are even worse than the ones he's played up here.
I'm not gonna play
that he can't play on TikTok. Like he would get banned.
Play the recording of the khula. Go ahead.
Okay, listen. Everyone be quiet.
Y'all have more recordings than the CIA? Yeah.
No, brother, that's the sister who's involved, so she got it all because it was between him and her.
Hold on, it's not mine to play. I gotta exit it and go to it.
All I'm saying is you're next. I'm just saying.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm next.
Listen.
Yeah, he's gonna post your address. I'm just gonna let you know now.
Greg spoke about Adnan, him and Team Ummah on his live. They spoke about him.
Guys, I'm playing the recording.
Okay.
Yes, but Simone, again, in real life, you give your husband. I'm your husband. I'm not your boyfriend. That I'm just sharing a dick. You know, I'm your husband. You give your husband chances. Not like, okay, I'm gonna give you 2 months, and if you're not good, I'm bye. It's not a game. Allah, the worst thing to do is talaq.
The whole 2
You ask for khula.
You missed it. You missed it. You talked. Listen to this part.
You ask for khula.
See, you asked for khula. Listen again.
You asked for khula.
Admitting that I asked for a khula. And then he wants to say, oh, where's the $3,000 cat I got you? You didn't get me a $3,000 cat. I hope you're here listening. I have my paperwork. Yahya has already shown the paperwork that shows that was my cat that I've had for 4 years that my father imported. You got me a $5 flea-infested cat from a flea market in Tripoli.
I just showed everyone the paperwork.
That is still posted on your page.
They're actually free in Lebanon. There's more cats in Lebanon than there are.
Hold on, does he still have the cat?
Yes, it's on his page. I left
That's
in
the
October.
maher right there, right?
I left in October, and in
Why
December.
does he still have the maher?
Listen, I left in October. He has videos of the cat in December and in March where the cat got pregnant, where in the description he even mentions my cat's name, which is shown on the documented paper of the cat that my father imported. My meher is in Lebanon. I also asked him for a sterling silver ring. I have worn the same 6 sterling silver rings for 10 years of my life, only taking them off to wash my hands with a shower. And he gave me a ring, but it turned my finger green, and I gave it back to him and told him, you need to get me what my meher was, which was a sterling silver ring. I didn't ask for gold. I didn't ask for white gold. I didn't ask for a diamond. I said a sterling silver, the cheapest silver you can get. And that's what I wanted. Turned my finger green. I took it off and said, you need to get me a new ring, and he never did.
Lucky for you, he buried 3.5 kilograms of gold in your backyard.
How do you get the goats? How do you get the goats? Do you know how he got the goats and the sheep?
I have no clue.
Assalamu alaikum.
You need to get that cat back.
You know,
I don't want the cat.
The one thing is, okay, I low-key feel like you guys making your own lives makes your situation worse, not because you are guilty, but because you play into the drama. Now listen, just listen to what I gotta say. So imagine he's presenting what he has to say, and then there's another live responding to what he's saying. Then he has videos, then you guys make videos. Being in enough dramas on TikTok, I'm telling you, this plays into the drama and it gets people invested. If you actually let it be, it will die down a lot faster than you actually think. Because he's going to look crazier than he thinks.
I've heard this since it started.
Listen, bro, I've been in enough dramas on TikTok.
Inshallah. Let me have it with Adil. Me and Adil, inshallah. Adil.
Yep.
Maybe, okay. I see what you're coming from, and I know how wise man you are. Wallahi. I'm not praising you. لا زكيك على الله يعني. ولكن Adil, what you don't know, that sick man have reached out to me 4 months ago, asking me to get involved. I didn't know nothing about it, right? You know Sheikh Uthman, if you could talk to him, this is my wife's phone number, which is the sister here, right? I didn't know nothing about the story. He told me his side. I talked to Uthman, told me his side. I talked to the sister. I texted her. She was rude because she was tired of how many people that he'd been given her number to. So her husband called me back. Her husband called me from the number that I text to, which is her number. What do you want? You guys need to leave us alone. Enough is enough, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, Wallahi al-Azim, I'm here, Uqsim Billah al-Azim, for the sake of Allah and for the sake of Allah only. Let's solve it. And get it done, get it over with. He's requesting Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid to be the mufti between you. The sister and her husband said, we don't know him, so no. For 1 month, I pressed the sister and her husband to accept Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid. He's trustworthy. They said, okay. After they see the way I'm talking to them and I'm truly not taking sides, Wallahi al-Azim, I'm sided with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, nothing else. If Uthman was wrong, I'll tell him in his face, you're wrong. Wallahi al-Azim. If she's wrong, I'll tell her. Actually, I told her she's wrong. She did something wrong, and I told her in public, you are wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, and I've already apologized for it.
Okay.
That part's been done with for a long time.
That's fine. No. I just want to clarify. I did not sugarcoat anything when it comes to halal and haram, right? Did I sugarcoat anything between halal and haram?
No.
Okay. So when they finally accept his request to go to Sheikh Karim Abu Zaid, I called him happy. I was happy. I'm like, listen, they accepted to go to Sheikh Karim Abu Zaid. Oh, they accepted it? I'm like, yes, they did. No, I don't want to go to him. Why? Habibi, you've been asking me for a month to convince them, and now they're okay with it. Let's go. Solve it. No. My problem is with Uthman. No, Uthman. I'm like, yeah, what is it you want? He said, listen, if you get Uthman on the phone with me, and since he claimed that she's not his wife, he will have no problem doing talaq 3 times on her. She's not his wife, he could do talaq. And I swear by Allah, my hands in the Quran. He said, my hands in the Quran, I swear by Allah, yeah? Quran. He said, I swear by Allah, my hands in the Quran, I have nothing to do with Sheikh Uthman. I'm like, okay, let me stay by your phone, don't go nowhere. I hang up with him, I called Uthman. I'm like, Salaam alaikum, alaikum salam. I know it's odd, but this is the situation, that's what he wants. Let's get over with, akhi, and let's move on. Keep focusing on what you're doing for the da'wah. And the sister and her husband, and Abu Adnan could deal with it, right? At this point, I didn't make no decision. Yani. He said, okay, put him on the phone. So I added Abu Adnan on the phone call. But because Uthman had like doubt about his intention for Abu Adnan, he said, Yahya, you guarantee? I told him, Wallahi al-Azim, he's swearing by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while his hand on the Quran. Yeah. So I did not record the phone call. Uthman didn't, but Abu Adnan, with his ill intention, was recording the whole phone call, right? So I start by saying, okay, this is Yahya. I have Sheikh Uthman on this side. I have Umar al-Hallaq, aka Abu Adnan. Abu Adnan requested from Sheikh Uthman if the sister is not his wife, he shouldn't have a problem to do divorce 3 times and to just move on. So Sheikh Uthman accepted and he's willing to do it. Can you do it, Sheikh Uthman? He said, Talaq, Talaq, Talaq. So Abu Adnan goes, no. Say her name first and last, which is he gave her the name. Samoon, I don't want to finish the last name. Talaq. He said 3 times. He said, okay, Samoon, the last name, Talaq 3 times. He said, no, say Talaq, Talaq, Talaq. So Sheikh Uthman goes, Talaq, Talaq, Talaq. Naam. And Sheikh Uthman said, that's it? Khalas? He said, yes. I'm like, Abu Adnan, you swearing by Allah to me in the Quran that it's over. You got what you want? He said, yes. Anything to do with Sheikh Uthman? He said, no. Assalamu alaikum, alaikum salam. He hung up. I stayed on the phone with Sheikh Uthman for a little bit and hang up. The very next morning, Wallahi al-Azim, Allah is my witness. The very next morning, I get text message, look what he did. He was recording the whole phone call. He cut the part where he said, she's talaq, talaq, talaq. And but see guys, why would he divorce her if he wasn't married to her?
Uthman shouldn't have did it.
And I know, and Adil, I know you're close with Abu Makkah, right? We went to Abu Makkah's life with over 1,000 people. He promised promised me in front of 1,000 people to send us the whole phone call recorded. Until this moment, he did not send it. The minute he let go of that recording of the phone call, his whole case is dropped against Uthman. And the sister's case, we have the proof that he divorced her 5 times. What else?
Yeah. Okay. So the one thing, if you guys actually want to listen to one thing, I think
I'll listen, Habibi. I'll listen to you.
I think you guys are really missing. Okay.
I'll listen to you.
Actually, there's 2 things I think you guys are completely missing.
Well, can I comment before we go on to that? Is that all right?
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying about not going live, right? I have been ignoring this topic of take Sheikh Uthman out of it. Take that whole part where Sheikh Uthman got dragged into it out of it, right? I have been dealing with this man's harassment for over a year. I got off of TikTok for about 8 months. I have moved houses 3 times. I have changed my phone number and now changed my phone because he had my SIM card mirrored on another phone, knowing when I was ordering clothes. I have been running from this situation for over a year. And when I did not address it, people would come to me, blaming me over and over and over again instead of hearing my side. So at this point, since he's making it this public, I had no other option but to go public with this entire situation, all the voice recordings.
Sis, hold on. I would not go live. I did not open a live for this. But I did, so you know why I'm here right now, live. I was minding my own business, doing da'wah on my brother's platform, right? I got many phone calls about Adnan calling you out in his life because he said he knew he had shock and discovery about you, why you sided with Uthman. I'm like, I sided with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It took me 3 months and 1 week to call Abu Adnan and tell him, you're wrong, Uthman is right. There is no enough evidence.
Yeah, but I just want
but let me tell you why.
Let's just
Yeah, Habibi, just this. So yeah. I dropped everything. I went to Abu Adnan's life. I'm like, Abu Adnan, I hear that you're looking for me and you're calling me if I'm a true man to come to your life. I'm here. What's going on? That's right now. Like right before this, he goes, when I first told you about the story 4 months ago, 5 months ago, did I tell you anything about gold? I'm like, yeah, you told me that you buried 3.5 kilos of gold in her parents' property. I said, okay. He dropped me. I'm like, okay, what's the point? Oh, you sided with Uthman, so you go to the sister's family property and dig out the gold. As if I know their property, as if I know where the gold is, as if there's gold to begin with. While he's begging me for a free van. I told him it's free, take it, do da'wah. Begging Uthman to send him a ticket to San Diego. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, Simone, go ahead, finish.
So basically, I have been ignoring people wanting me to come up and speak about this for over a year, right? I have not started any of my own lives during all of this drama either. He had gotten girls to message me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, giving my number out to dozens and dozens of people where I've had to change my phone number more than 3 times. So the first girl got the real information of my husband. He then posted a video and it's still up on his Abu Adnan Halak 1 page of him saying, go find Ahmed Hamdan. He's Palestinian living in Texas. I'll give a cash reward to anyone who can give info on me. So at that point, I was done. I started lying about who my husband was, and that was my fault. We've already cleared all that up. But I know that we shouldn't be going live at this, and I hope soon that these lives can calm down because we've given all the evidence, and Sheikh Uthman has already came out saying that I'm not his wife, never have been his wife. I've already said Sheikh Uthman was never my husband, never has been my husband. Abu Mecca did an entire 3-hour live on the subject and posted videos afterwards. Farid Responds also did a whole session on this as well on YouTube. I have been trying to not have to publicize this for over a year, but because he will not stop harassing me, he will not stop harassing my family, my father, my parents, showing up. I don't know if you heard the recording of him literally admitting to sitting out front of my grocery store next to my house for a week, waiting for me to show up,
That's great.
So I did not want this to have to go live. I didn't. Yeah. In the end, it had to, and now I'm defending myself because if I don't defend myself, then everyone will believe him as they have for over a year. People didn't believe me that he was abusive. Y'all have heard the voice recordings that Yahya has shown y'all today of him being extremely abusive to me, admitting to abusing me, admitting to not praying. I didn't want to have to make this go public, but in the end, I had to come up and defend myself.
Okay. So there's two aspects that I do think you guys are missing to a lot of the key things, okay? Aspect number 1 is this situation now has bypassed you and him. Listen to me. There are people that personally hate Sheikh Uthman, and they are touching this now, and they've made it bigger. And you think this is about you, but in reality, this has nothing to do with you. This has to do with them getting to him. You could have been any human being on earth, but because Sheikh Uthman's mentioned there, and they're making it bigger. And why am I telling you to keep that in mind?
I agree. I agree.
Because now so this is a social media gaslight that you do to yourself, where in reality it's not true. I'll tell you what, I've learned this a lot the hard way. People will do a live, they'll talk about you. You will go respond. And I used to do big mistakes. I used to respond with videos. That video would hit hundreds of thousands of views. That situation would become so much bigger because I responded. Because the reality is I thought everybody around me knew what was happening, but in reality, nobody knew. But because it involves me, I felt everybody knew. So you know how you said for a full year you're going through abuse? In reality, nobody really knew about it. Actually, now people know about it because you responded. Now, I don't say you shouldn't respond.
Well, that's not what I meant. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's not that people didn't know about the abuse. It's that nobody knew that it was happening because they were only hearing his side. But on my end, I'm going to the masjid and having people come up to me. I'm having random people call me, screaming at me and degrading me. I'm having people go into my Facebook, go into my Instagram, having to change my number, going outside of my work. Like, this wasn't just affecting me on social media. I was going out and having him show up on my property, him showing up at my grocery store in front of my house. Like I said, all this is happening now.
Yeah, bro, she needed to get this out here, bro.
Yeah, but I don't think that okay, so listen.
As her right is too.
You're okay. So this is gonna okay, so I spoke to him the other day.
I was there, I saw it.
And I do believe he is going through a little episode, respectfully, because divorce is one of the hardest things on men.
No.
Whether we like it or not. I've seen men almost leave Islam because they couldn't handle their spouses divorcing them. Now, this is where you guys might find me crazy. I actually believe he believes what he's saying. And when you think about it, I don't think he thinks he's lying. So
I agree with you, brother.
When you're dealing with somebody who believes that his cause, and this is why these people are the most dangerous, by the way. The most dangerous people are the people that believe what they're doing is a holy war. They believe it becomes an Islamic obligation for them to do what they're doing. So when people try to expose me sometimes, they try to do it in a way that it's holy. So therefore, they make their whole personality about exposing me. And I'm not, regardless, I'm just saying because I'm talking about my experience. But he believes what he's saying. Now, what am I mean? Go ahead, go ahead.
You could do it holy and bring it from Islam side, right? When you know at least شروط التوحيد, شروط لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله, or at least you memorize the half of the Quran, if not all of it.
Yeah, no, not really. Again, there's a reason why he asks his question in a very interesting way on his live. What do you like? Because for him, he is still.
He's making it to where the question is she's already guilty.
You know, there's a quote I really, really love because it shows you the nature of men and women. Women are scared to be killed from their spouses, and men are scared to be embarrassed by their spouses.
Yeah.
Men's ego is one of the weakest things on earth. A man will tell his wife, I divorce you, and if she says, Alhamdulillah, he will take her back.
That's exactly what's happening. He only wants me because I don't want him.
And if a man doesn't feel in charge, he will get the power, however. Now, I do believe that's why these things need to be dealt, I think, a little bit more different. Now, I don't know how. I just think that, him right now, he's in the worst position. His lives are becoming less and less relevant. He is becoming less and less relevant. Nobody cares about his beef. This is super awkward. We don't care about his personal life. To be fair, most of us are watching because it's entertaining. Like, nobody really actually cares. Maybe a couple. Yeah,
it's all about this big shift.
This is an opportunity to teach Islam, in my opinion.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. Can I please say
something? Hold on, guys. Calm down. Everyone mute, please. Guys, everyone mute, please. Guys, hold on. Adel, what did you say, Habibi? You called my name. I'm sorry.
No, I said just a couple of people might be be involved, as opposed to like 300 people here. Most of us don't really care, bro. We close this live, we go back to our life. I'm saying maybe a couple of people do care.
Agree.
You care. Yeah, go ahead.
Adil, he after, okay, Abu Makkah took 4 days to decide after seeing the evidence from all sides, right?
It was actually a couple of months. He told me that
after he see my sister, Jazakallah khair, Abu Makkah told me it's been a while, but after he gathered all the information, all the evidence, within 3 to 4 days, he saw the haqq with Sheikh Uthman, and this is what he did, right? So for me, it took 4 months. After 3 months and 1 week exact, I will never change my like, I remember from the first day till the day I called him, I told him, listen, even after he played with the phone call, yeah, I'm like, Sheikh Uthman has nothing to do with that, right? So out of all this, he starts sending me messages that I promote Zina Adil. Naam. Wallahi al-Azim, I have him. I'm going to show it to you. He said, I promote Zina. He said, I'm protecting Zani and Zaniya, calling Uthman, Sheikh Uthman Farouk, and the sister. And many other things. But
I believe
for him, hold on, akhi, hold on.
Yeah.
But for him to call me now, ask people to call my cell phone, to go to his live, and tell me that I sided with Uthman al-Farouk, so I can go to the sister's parents' land or property and dig out gold. Are you out of your mind? You're begging for a ticket to San Diego, yeah, Ajrab, yeah, Ma'affin. Adil, I will never open a live about him. Adil, I open a live. I'm not with a Christian. I'm not Christian debater. I open a live about the different sects of Islam, right?
Yeah,
That's what I study, right?
Yeah, well, look, my thing to you guys right now is, actually, this is relatively still small. People that are talking about it are relatively still small. I think this could get a lot worse than you guys actually think it could get. And it could become a lot bigger. And I think it needs to be controlled now before it gets bigger. Like
for Uthman, I hope that's not true, bro.
Yeah, well, check for Sheikh Uthman. I think he is unfortunately the biggest target. And
yes.
Look, you have to look at it in a psychology point of view, okay?
He has a lot of enemies.
By our biggest enemies.
No, look at it from Abu Adnan's position, okay? Now, Abu Adnan just went through a trauma, okay? And really, it is trauma, whatever you like it or not. I'm not saying he's a victim. I'm just saying he went through trauma. Divorce is trauma.
I was going to say, I went through more trauma than he did in this situation.
No, but I know.
Can I please say something real fast, guys?
Okay, yeah, just 1 second, okay, bro? I'm not saying you didn't go through trauma. I'm saying he went through trauma. But the trauma involves somebody he loves. And when the trauma involves somebody he loves, you need to redirect the trauma. This is why when you talk to people that are ex-Muslim and you tell them, why did you leave Islam? And then you'd be like, oh, because my parents used to hit me. And you're like, what the hell does that have to do with Islam? They can't fathom how somebody that they love and are there to protect them could hurt them, so they redirect it towards Islam. So he can't understand how a person that he loves and was married to for 6 months could have hurt him. So he has to redirect the pain somewhere else. And that's why he's doing what he's doing.
I just want to clarify my side. My sister went just like 10 seconds. For my side to clarify, yani. I'm not taking sides of no one. Allah, أقسم بالله العظيم, أقسم بالله العظيم, رب العرش العظيم. I side with the haqq, what I saw from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If Uthman is wrong, I'll say it wrong in his face. Sister, when she was wrong, I told her, you're wrong in your face. But I would never open such a life. But when he does what he did right now, accusing me doing this for Akhi, Bilal actually, sadly he left. Bilal knows my story. I let millions went, wallahi al-azim, all my businesses, my houses, I let him go. Just what? For my integrity. You think I'm gonna go after something that it doesn't even exist? Disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make calls and something like this for something doesn't even exist? Are you out of your mind? Not you, him.
Yeah.
So for me, it's the first and the last life I'm gonna throw about him. but he can't keep slandering people, akhi.
No, he could.
No.
No, he could. The reality is he could, and you could do nothing about it.
I can do
only
I could
when
do
you
life.
understand
I could do
that
life.
he could
I could do life, but
forever.
it's not my behavior, akhi.
No, I'm telling you, he could slander you, and you could do nothing about it. So either you get
I could respond, but it's not my behavior. It's not my manners.
Yeah. So that's the problem. What is the desired outcome for us? I asked him the same question. What is your desired outcome? He told me.
My desired outcome from this, to be honest, the sister here, she's married to a husband. I personally, I bear witness to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I talk to him personally, right? The second thing, to clear up Sheikh Uthman is his name. والله العظيم والله العظيم والله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أقسم بالله العظيم رب العرش العظيم. I had invited to many umrahs with them.
Well, I believe
refused. Hold on.
Bro, I believe you because you said the same things like 2-3 times.
Okay, I'm sorry. I want to clear Sheikh Uthman's name. I want to clear the sister and her husband's name, Ahmed, and I want to clear my name because he's the one got me involved. But he thought because he got me involved, yeah, I'm gonna take his side right away. No, akhi, I'm gonna take the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes, I believe everybody's, you know what's so crazy? I believe everybody is involved in this is actually believes that, I'm not saying you're not, I'm saying everybody involved in this, I believes they're saying the truth. This is why this is such a weird situation. And that's why in this situation like this, wallahis almost don't matter because everybody's swearing.
That's how wars
what
are
I'm
started.
getting out of this, Adil.
No.
Yahya, what I'm getting out of this.
Respectfully, Yahya, you are a bit irrelevant in this situation. Sister is more irrelevant, right? And
I understand, but me, myself, what I'm getting out of this.
Nothing. I believe you were a moderate in the middle. They asked you, unfortunately, and you got caught in the crossfire.
Can I please say something before I go back to
Sheikh Uthman spread the word of Allah, and he is on the line.
We've been waiting for a while, my brothers. Let me speak.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, guys. Wallah, like, this is the first time, because like I said, I've been kind of busy with the Gaza and everything else, but this is the first time I heard about it. And from what I understand, he slandered her with stuff, and he threatened her with stuff. Now, we whether it's true or not, I think that the sister should have just told the authorities to like handle the threats that he's doing with her. Yes. And as far as for him, he has gold or whatever. If he has the income to prove it, he could have also called the authorities, and then they would have went to his land and got it out, and that's it, end of the story. And as far as like all of this getting out of hand and other people getting accused of many things, this is just getting big, and it's not gonna help anyone, guys. Ummina Aisha radiallahu anha, she got accused of things, and it didn't get like this, This is sad, wallah al-azim, like seeing this and getting back and forth, and people with bad intentions, like Brother Adil said, are getting all this hype for what? Like the sister, she could have just notify the authorities, let them do their job, what they're paid to do.
But that's the thing. I have gone to the authorities as far as I can. I've had a restraining order on a person before. They last, depending on what state you are in and depending on the severity of the situation, they will last 6 months, 1 year, or 3 years. If they do not violate that restraining order, it is extremely hard for you to put that restraining order back in place after the time limit. The other main issue with the restraining order is that if I do get a restraining order, that wherever I file it, wherever I live, when they give it to him, it will tell him the county and the city that I am living in. If he does not break that restraining order, then when that is up, he has free access and knows exactly where I live. He's also in Lebanon. Those are the only reasons why I do not get a restraining order right now. I have moved once again, and I am not willing to risk him knowing where I live once again solely to get a restraining order that will do nothing more than what is already happening because he is in a different country.
Okay. Adil, I followed you, Habibi. If you don't mind, of course, follow me back. I want to DM you something important. Doesn't have anything to do.
I don't look at DMs here at all. By the way,
ما عنديش انستغرام.
طبعاش لك. I don't.
بدي احكي معك بشيء ما له دخل بهذا، بس لازم نحكي فيه.